Something for everybody every day, all summer long with FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com to get started. I am amazed by this baseball team. They went, good God. They went 18 innings, scoring 1 run against the Braves. They come back, they get a day off. They come back. Kyle Schwarber comes back. Bryce Harper comes back. Kyle Schwarber did some stuff. Bryce Harper really didn't do anything. And they win 10-1 against the LA Dodgers. This was a huge win today. Make no mistake about it. I mean, if it was 3-2, it would still have been a huge win. The fact that it was a 10-1 blowout is so nice and makes it so much sweeter because you're coming off of course, not beating anybody by you lose 2 or 3 to the Orioles. You lost 2 of 3 to the Red Sox before the Red Sox went and got hot. This was a huge win today. You couldn't beat the Braves. You're able to beat the Cubs. Congratulations. You split with the Marlins. So coming out in this particular series against the LA Dodgers coming to town and Shohei Ohtani and everybody to win that game 10-1, that feels pretty nice. See Kyle Schwarber come back in a couple of RBIs. See Brandon Marsh hit a home run. See Bryson Stott hit a home run. And what am I leaving any? What could I possibly leave? Oh, that's right. Trea Turner's absolutely on fire right now. Absolutely incredibly on fire. And he's been on fire for quite some time. Now for the month of June, we'll get into it. All right, let's start it up with 3 big things, ladies and gentlemen. 3 big things as we do each and every show. Right now, Trea Turner, ya boy, is batting .413 in the month of July. What's the date? July 9th? Oh, my goodness. Now, it's July 9th. So you say, oh, batting average. It's July 9th. Oh, who's looking at a batting average by July 9th? I'll tell you who's looking at a batting average. Me, because I'm a nerd, okay? But 5 home runs now, including the Grand Slam today. 13 RBIs in the first 9 days in July. Holy Stromboli, that's incredible. Yeah, bask in it for a second. Because the last time Trea Turner has been this hot was the World Baseball Classic 2 years ago. All right? That the last time he was this scorching hot was when he was playing for America. All right? But he's not playing for America right now. He's playing for Philadelphia. Love every second of it. Today, to take you through what he was able to do in his at-bats today, he comes out there in the first inning, gets his first hit of the ball game, gets a nice little single to left field, just sets the table for himself, really. Then he comes up with the big swing in the 4th inning. Johan Rojas had already got an RBI single on a big bouncer to left field. That made it a 4-0 ball game. Johan Rojas is able to steal second base, put second and third with nobody out. That was while Kyle Schwarber was at the plate. Schwarber then works the walk. He got bases loaded, nobody out, and you're still facing Miller in this situation. Trea Turner steps up there, swings at the first pitch slider, and that just comes into the sweet spot for Trea Turner. A meatball of a pitch to Trea Turner. He turns on it 356 feet down the left field line. It was slicing and slicing and slicing. I didn't think it was going to go foul. I was curious as to see whether or not it was going to drop into the playing area. It did not. And I could tell Tom McCarthy's call of it. He was wondering the same thing. And then it just became a point of no return. And that baseball was out of there. And 4 runs were going to call across the plate. And I know Crooker during the game kept on saying 4-run home run. I don't know if anything hits my ears weirder than hearing 4-run home run, because I don't think I ever heard that before. I've only heard grand slam. And that's what he did. He hit a grand slam. He doubles the score. It goes from 4-0 to 8-0. They get a little extra cherry on top of Bryson Stott hitting a solo home run on a 2-2 curveball that just hung up there for days. He put that 432 feet off the facing of the second deck in right center field to make it a 9-0 game. But Trea Turner, the story of the ball game, came up later. Wasn't able to get another hit for himself, unfortunately. He was actually batting .428 after that grand slam, but that bumped it down to .413. So quite a slump there for Trea Turner all of a sudden. But I love to see it. And look, I know it's not Major League Baseball. I know it's the World Baseball Classic, and probably a lot of you didn't even pay attention to the World Baseball Classic. But when there is something to be said when a player is just simply locked in, and Trea Turner right now is locked in. Harper being back, it's only going to be a matter of time before he starts getting back to the MVP form. What we saw from him tonight was certainly not that MVP form. Kyle Schwarber being able to help the cause, coming up with a big swing earlier in the ball game. That was great. Seeing him do that, get 2 runs across the plate with an RBI single, tried stretching it into a double. I don't know why he did that, but he was out by a mile. And they flashed to the dugout, and you even saw guys being like, dude, why are you even doing that? I think it was Whit Merrifield being like, bro, really? Why? And Mundo Sosa was like, why? Why would you do that? He tried it. It didn't work, but still 2 runs across the plate, so I can't be mad at him for that. But with those guys back, that's great. They're going to help carry the team. But if Trea Turner continues this tear, as Kyle Schwarber starts to get his swing back, and Bryce Harper certainly gets to his swing back, and then you have 5 games out before the All-Star break, and everyone gets a little bit of it. Well, not everybody, because 7 guys made the All-Star team. But, I'm looking forward to seeing what can happen in the second half of the season if Trea Turner keeps it going with Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber getting hot and JT Realmuto coming back. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So, number 1, goes without saying, Trea Turner, big swing tonight, 3 hits in the ball game. 413 so far in the young month of July. So we love to see that. Number 2, Rafael Marchan. Okay. I was looking at the numbers. All right, let me just show you this real quick. All right. Here's the box score off ESPN. You see Rafael Marchan third up from the bottom there. Okay. 3 for 3, 2 runs scored. He drove in a run of an RBI. He's hitting .313. All right, now I'm going to show this again for another reason, but that's Rafael Marchan's night at the plate, the young Venezuelan, right? He has an option left. I still think he is going to get sent back down to the minors after the All-Star break when JT Realmuto is healthy, and I think what's going to happen is when rosters expand in September, Rafael Marchan is going to get the call back up to the big leagues, and you're not going to have any need, unfortunately, as a Stubs guy, as a vibes guy, you're not going to have any need for Garrett Stubs other than to, yes, be in the clubhouse, keep the vibes going, keep the great atmosphere going. And if you need to bat off the bench, that guy's most likely going to be Rafael Marchan. Garrett Stubs might not even be active in that case for the postseason. Rafael Marchan, though, and this is what I was looking up. I was curious to see the games that Rafael Marchan has played versus Garrett Stubs and the statistical comparison between the two. So here goes, kids. This is what the Phillies, I still believe, are going to be sending down to the minors. Tonight was his 15th game. Tonight was Rafael Marchan's 15th game. He has played 15 games. Garrett Stubs has played 32 games, so a little bit more than twice the amount of games that Rafael Marchan. So just keep that in the back of your head. Okay. Hits. Rafael Marchan now has 15 hits on the season. Garrett Stubs, 20. Okay. Home runs. Garrett Stubs has 1 in 32 games. Rafael Marchan in 15 games has 3. RBIs. Garrett Stubs has 6. Rafael Marchan has 6. We're all having fun here, aren't we? We're all having fun. That is insane. That is absolutely bonkers insane. Rafael Marchan, I still believe, is going to get sent down. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of the guy that looks like he could be one hell of a catcher at the major league level. That's one thought that crossed my mind. And I know we got into this after the Brave series, but I'll get into it again. Are they showcasing Marchand? Are they showcasing him? Could he be involved in a trade? JT Realmuto ain't going anywhere for a hot minute. They like Garrett Stubs. I do like Garrett Stubs, but Marchand, he is doing himself one heck of a favor. And doing the Phillies one heck of a favor as well if they are, in fact, showcasing it. Because remember, he played 2 of the 3 games in Atlanta. Now, the other side of it, it could just be, all right, we know we're going to send him down. We want to give him as much major league experience as possible before we send him down, and then bring him up in September, and then he'll be, have all the experience under his belt that he'll need in case we do need someone to be an emergency catcher, a catcher in the postseason and a bat off the bench. A lot of possibilities out there, but bottom line, I loved what I saw from Rafael Marchan tonight. Absolutely loved what I saw from him. Very cool. Got the Phillies going, of course, with that RBI single to right field on a 3-2 fastball. That was the other thing. He worked a really good count after 2 outs in the inning. Brandon Marsh worked a walk in the second inning. Rafael Marchan then brought him home after Marsh stole second base on that 3-2 fastball that he got, and he deposited that in the right field for the RBI. Got the Phillies up 1-0. Schwarber then did his damage, which was great. Later in the game, he got a double, came around to score on that Rojas big bouncer in the 4th inning. That was also great to see. Then he got hit by a pitch, so he was on base all 4 times. He just kept on bringing it, and that's what you want to see from this guy. And then he got another double later in the game on an 8-pitch at-bat. That's a professional at-bat, people, and that's the one that came in the 7th inning. Love what I'm seeing from Rafael Marchan. Don't you? Don't you, Phillies? Don't you, rest of Major League Baseball? Don't you, Chicago White Sox, that want to give us Louis Robert for nothing? Well, for Rafael Marchan, unfortunately, but just throwing it out there. Just spitballing it. What will be really telling if he plays 2 out of 3 games against the A's, and the Phillies are trying to recruit Brent Rooker or Mason Miller and be like, hey, don't you like this captain we got? It's pretty good, right? Just saying is all. I'm just saying is all. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Number 3. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to lose my mind. But Zack Wheeler tossing 5 innings and looking really, really good up until that 5th inning. And then he leaves. And then he doesn't come back. Okay, I'm not going to freak out. Todd Zlecki put it out there. They announced it on the broadcast as well. Back tightness? What do they say? Lower right back tightness? At first, I was kind of with Kruk on this. Like, okay, it's hot. It's really hot. It's humid. It's uncomfortable. Phillies are up. They just had a huge inning there in the 4th inning, the 6-run 4th inning. Zack Wheeler came out for the 5th inning after sitting a long time. He sat a long time, people. Probably a little stiff. Came out there, was a little shaky in the 5th inning, to say the absolute least there. He got Lux to ground out. He got Vargas to strike out looking at a fastball. Then Biggio hit the home run, right center field, 390 feet on a 3-1 fastball. He just sat on it and waited for it. Walked Ohtani, walked Smith. 2 walks, 8 pitches. 2 walks, 8 pitches. Lost the strike zone, needless to say. Then he got Freeman to ground out to Bryson Stott at second base, so all was right with the world. You only gave up the 1 run. But that 5th inning was a little shaky. If he didn't look that shaky in the 5th inning, I wouldn't be that worried. I'm going to go ahead and hope that this is just like, hey, look, at this point in the game, we're up 9-1. You don't need me anyway. The precautionary, let's take him out of the game. I would think, betting-wise, if I was to bet on it, I would bet that it was just a very precautionary thing. I'll keep an eye out for what Rob Thompson has to say after the game about what's the deal with Zack Wheeler. But if I had to bet, I'd say that it's not serious. And I'm also going to pray that it's not serious. Honorable mention for the big 3. Brandon Marsh, great game by him, obviously. I was unaware until the story by Alex Coffey in Inquirer.com how close he was with Shohei Ohtani. Apparently they were bosom buddies there in Los Angeles while they were both teammates with the Angels. So that was cool to see them having a good time. And then it was also really cool to see Brandon Marsh hit a home run. Certainly great to see the home run from Bryson Stott as well. But one more honorable mention, and this is where I said I was going to refer to this again, the box score from today's game. Brandon Marsh, bottom of the order. Rafael Marchan, bottom of the order. Johan Rojas, hon. All those guys, multi-hit games. That's your 9, 8, and 7-hole hitters coming up with multi-hit games. This is why the Phillies are at 59 wins. I'll show you that's why. That boom, right there, that's why. Yeah, the guys at the top of the order are having great seasons. The guys at the top of the order, those guys are all-stars, right? Well, except for Schwarber, obviously, unfortunately. But, that's where their bread is buttered. But that's a 50-win team. You know what I mean? The thing that makes them historically amazing is the fact that you're getting the production out of the bottom of the order the way you're getting the production out of the bottom of the order all season long. Those, like, glue guys, those up-and-comers, if you will, those guys are getting it done this year too. And they are certainly the more under-the-radar guys, obviously. But in a lot of the wins you've been watching this season, the biggest difference in the game hasn't been necessarily just Kyle Schwarber or just Bryce Harper or just the bigger name guys. It's the guys down the bottom of the order doing their job. And I love to see that, especially a day like today. When we come back, take a look at what you guys have to say about this. We'll also get into the pitching matchup as it pertains to Zack Wheeler. I'll take a look at what he had going on. And there was just one thing that it's just one of those things that it's like, I don't mean to be the skunk at the garden party or the snake at the garden party, but it's just one little thing that we can laugh at. Ha, 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 ha. We can laugh at knowing that the Phillies still won 10-1 over the LA Dodgers. We'll be back in a second. You're Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Hey, having fun with FanDuel? I hope you're having fun with FanDuel because FanDuel's a good time. I love sports. You love sports. We all love sports. I love sports so much that I never want them to stop. And as the championships are behind us now in basketball and in hockey, there's fewer games going on. Of course, we have the wonderful world of baseball, but there are other things we can look at. But it feels like right now sports aren't sporting like we want them to. But FanDuel lets you keep the sports going whenever you want. All I have to do is open the app. That's FanDuel at FanDuel.com. I open the app, and I dream up some bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day all summer long. How about this? We can even get in the WNBA. WNBA sweeping the nation right now. Got the Washington Mystics tomorrow against the Indiana Fever. Ever heard of them? Caitlin Clark, maybe? The Indiana Fever, 6-point favorites right now over the Mystics, so get in on that action. Caitlin Clark points right now, 17.5, going off for over at -114. So check that out. 17.5 points. Think she scores more or less. Check it out on FanDuel. Make yourself some money. Head over to FanDuel.com and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. All right, looking at Zack Wheeler today, I did have some concerns, obviously, with the back soreness. I haven't seen anything yet post-game regarding anything from Rob Thompson, what he's had to say about Zack Wheeler. I am hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, that it is just precautionary, but we do not know yet. I'm giving one last skim of some of the beat writers, see if they have anything going on, adding a couple of cents to that so far. No, nothing yet. Yeah, nothing yet. All right. I did find this interesting. So Kike Hernandez came in. If you remember Kike Hernandez, he's the one that calls Chase Utley dad. All right. Kike Hernandez came in, pitched an inning and a third. The Phillies bullpen today, not one of them had a better line than Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez was perfect in an inning and a third. Sir Anthony Dominguez gave up a walk. Gregory Soto gave up a hit and 2 walks, even though he ended up striking out the side. Orion Kerkering gave up a hit. Jose Ruiz gave up 2 hits and a walk. What the hell, man? Kike Hernandez threw 9 pitches and got through an inning and a third. Now, of course, you might say that all guys are going up there hacking anyway. You know, when he got Kyle Schwarber to pop out to him, they were teammates, by the way, in Boston. The 41 games I think it was that Kyle Schwarber ended up playing in Boston. I was laughing my ass off with Kike Hernandez, and it made me think about Boston. I was like, I think these guys were teammates. I looked it up. They were teammates in 2021, I believe it was in Boston. So that was pretty cool. And I was laughing right along with those guys, laughing right along with them. Let's see what you guys have to say about this win tonight. We'll get you guys going in on this here. Let's get into our chat check here on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. IBH, good evening, everyone. Well, that was an easy one to watch. I think the bottom of the order must have heard the trade talk, maybe. Ian Corin, what's going on? Keep Marchand up when JT comes back. Look, in all honesty, I hope they do. But I don't think they will. Dan and Sue Harris, what's up, guys? All right, got the big guys back, although they were 1 for 18. Bottom of the lineup, was excited to see them. Can we stop with the send Marchand down when JT comes back? Just saying. It's going to be a hard sell. But I would be surprised, despite his incredible production. I would be surprised if Rafael Marchan was retained at the major league level and Garrett Stubs was let go, because you're not going to option Garrett Stubs. Garrett Stubs. It's going to be a tough sell to some people, but I think they're going to do it. IBH, as we chat, Phillies now lead Major League Baseball with the best record, run differential, ERA, and strikeouts. That is pretty special. That is pretty special. Thank you, IBH. John Marinelli, 10-1, and Hart, Bohm, and Nicky, 3 buttons combined for 0 hits. Make it make sense. Well, I'm going to make it make sense. Do I got to show it again? I'm going to show it again. A record time showing the box score on this show. For the people on the podcast, this is, I believe, 17 times I've shown the box score on the YouTube channel. But yeah, the bottom of the order is the difference there. I think if I do it one more time, it's a world record. Should we get us book of world records on the phone? I think we should. But thank you. Appreciate that. Why is this jumping around? Stop doing that. IBH Marchand now hitting 313. Ray Amato, what a win. All the talk about no offense, and just like that, an explosion for 10 runs. Man, I wish my grandpa and my dad were around to see this team play. Oh, Ray, that's nice, man. It's crazy. Those are the first people you think of. And there's a good moment. I'm not afraid to admit it. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, first person I thought of was my cousin Joey. A 700 level season ticket holder. First person. I feel you on that. I'll get a text from my dad still, like, what's with Rob Thompson? Like, what's with Schwarber still leading off? Like that kind of thing, you know? Love it. I cherish it too. Why did the Phillies have Marchand with the Iron Pigs at all this time? Vi? Well, he had to deal with some injuries. I know Joe Girardi loved him, really fell in love with his offense, his defense. And then he came up and he started hitting too, and then he had to deal with some injuries. Crazy. What's up, Crazy? I'll take it. Austin Berndlemeyer. I think I got it. Hello, Internet, and welcome to another inexplicable Phillies turnout. Way to go, team. Oh, turnaround. Excuse me. Way to go, team. Hells yeah. Marchand greater than Stubs. We don't need vibes. We need a World Series. Somebody called 911. Trea Turner is scorching hot. That Turner, he's so hot right now. Spurgeon King, good win. Gets the aftertaste of losing to the scuffling Quinnett's Striper and the Braves. Yeah, Braves laundry. Yeah, that's true. Johnson Wall, what's going on? I was thinking the same thing. Marchand looks really comfortable at the plate while also catching some great ball. Trey destroys his former team. Yeah, it's so weird. How many seasons was he a Dodger? It wasn't long. Was it a season? A season and a half? How long was he in LA? 2 season and a half. Yeah. I know he was a Dodger. I don't think of him as a Dodger. I still think of him as now I think of him as a Philly. Then I think of him as America. And then I think of him as a National. I like that Marchand as a switch hitter, too, brings more depth and diversity to the batting order. I know. It's going to be a tough sell. I still would be surprised. Oh, Johnson, this is a great point. Thank you for mentioning this. I had the same thought in the moment and completely forgot about it. And then it's one of those things that I would have been pissed about after the show if I didn't say it. Zack Wheeler set the tone with 98-mile-per-hour fastballs up and in to strike out Ohtani. Brought some great stuff until the 5th. Thank you for bringing that up, Johnson. So I thought the same thing. Three pitches, 3 strikes on Ohtani, and he sat him down. I want to say the first pitch was low and away, and then the next 2 pitches, 97, 98 miles per hour, up at him, man. It was great. He put Shohei Ohtani in knots. And I will say, I look at it like this. Shohei Ohtani is probably going to put one on Ashburn Alley. I just hope nobody's on when he does it, and the Phillies are up like 5-0, and then it's 5-1 in like the 7th inning. I just have a feeling he's going to put one on Ashburn Alley in this series. Special King Stubs, right? The trade value. Yeah. Ari, what's going on, Ari? Polar Buck, do you think they saved some runs for tomorrow? I hope so. I wish that's how it worked. What's up, Babs? Far as the Dodgers are a shell of their former selves, missing too many guys. Yeah, but they're still a pretty good baseball team. 55 wins. Ooh, Babs, love it. Wheeler won't pitch in the All-Star game. Conspiracy theory. Wheeler won't pitch in the All-Star game. I bet they try to finagle Nola on there. LOL. Not too bad. All right. Thanks for smacking the Dodgers around. That's from a Cardinals fan. Matt Forster, don't worry about Stubs and Cassidy leaving hurting morale. Winning is the best for morale these days. War players. There you go. Let's go for the series win tomorrow. There you go, Brian. I love it. Oh, thank you, Austin Berlmeyer. I'm a cultured fellow. Since the ovation, Trea is tied with Judge for best WAR at 162 games, 9.2. Bryce is number 6 at 8.1. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Babs at night. Wow. I think that was a show I used to watch on cinema. Anyway, Crazy Farzy. Yes, Crazy Farzy gave me the link. Yes, I did during the show, my show in the morning. Yes, thank you. You guys are great. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. When we get back, we will take a look at tomorrow's pitching matchups when it comes to this Philadelphia Phillies team and this LA Dodgers squad. Back in a second. Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Prize Picks. Always having a good time on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or you pick less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. I went big on Turner. Turner helped me out. I had more than 2 hits. He got more than 2 hits, so that was good for me. I did not do well on Bryce Harper hitting more than no home runs. He hit less than that. He didn't even get a hit. So that didn't work out so well for me on Prize Picks, but maybe it'll work out for you next time. With the finals over, with the Stanley Cup finals over, NBA, hoop action doesn't stop. You can still watch the WNBA, still heating up with stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That's how you can have yourself some good times. Also, Brianna Stewart, also Aja Wilson as well. You can have yourself some great times right there. You can win up to 100 times your cash watching them ball out in the WNBA. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's just that easy with Prize Picks. Here at Locked On Phillies Postcast, we pride ourselves on getting you the latest news from your team, whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, or even the playoffs. It's year-round. But you know what else is year-round? Collection season. I'm talking about the IRS. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean the IRS won't stop coming for you when it comes to unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you like they went to bat for me a couple of years ago. I trusted some people to do my taxes. They did not do a great job. A couple of months later, knock, knock, knock on the door. Well, it was a mailman giving me a letter from the IRS being like, give me my money, says Uncle Sam. I said, you back off, Uncle Sam. And I got Tax Network USA on the case. With over 14 years of experience and an A-plus rating by Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or finally hit that parlay, not me, this season, and needed help filing correctly, call 1-800-549-1000. That's 1-800-549-1000. Or visit tnusa.com/locked-on. That's tnusa.com/locked-on. And be sure to mention Locked On Phillies Postcast at checkout, and you'll receive a $250 discount off their services. tnusa.com/locked-on. So tomorrow, a national game. How about that? Haven't had enough of those national games, or like Apple TV or Roku or whatever the case might be. But tomorrow, national game, ESPN. Phillies and Dodgers will be breaking it down on ESPN tomorrow. 7 o'clock start time, so just a little bit later. Gavin Stone gets the start against Christopher Sanchez, righty versus lefty matchup. Stone having himself one hell of a year. He's 9-2 on the season with a 3.03 ERA. He is coming off a 3-inning gross performance, 4 runs on 7 hits. He gave up 1 long ball and walked 3. Prior to that, though, on the road, he went up against the Chicago White Sox, pitched a complete game, 4-hit shutout of the White Sox. So hopefully they get the guy that faced the Diamondbacks and only lasted 3 innings. Hopefully that's what they get. Christopher Sanchez, on the other hand, 6-4 on the season with a 2.96 ERA. He is coming off his worst start of the season. 4 innings, 7 runs, all earned on, and also gave up a home run in that 10-2 loss to the Chicago Cubs. Christopher Sanchez looking to bounce back himself and get that 7th win of the season. So we'll see how that looks tomorrow night. Hey, special announcement. I'm excited to say this. So a while back, we did a crossover Locked On Sports postcast with our friends down in Miami. Tomorrow, I will be joined by Pete Fox from Locked On Sports Los Angeles. Their Dodgers postcast host. So we will be crossing the streams tomorrow night. So be aware. It'll be me and it'll be Pete Fox of Locked On Sports Los Angeles. Locked On Sports Los Angeles Dodgers postcast. So we'll be going back and forth, having some fun. Maybe he can tell me who the Dodgers are going to be looking at come the trade deadline. See if that'll jack up the price there for the Phillies. I will also, of course, react to the game afterwards tomorrow as well. So tomorrow it'll be a crossover postcast, be for game 2 of this series and game 3 of this series. I'll be joined by Pete Fox of Dodgers postcast. So be me and somebody else tomorrow. We'll have our funsies together. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are great. As per usual, we'll be back with you guys tomorrow with Pete Fox of Locked On Dodgers postcast. See you guys then. Thanks. Bye.